What is happening? And friends, we are at pre-expo Flagstaff. Today's Thursday, and well, a lot of the vendors have gotten here and people are beginning to roll in, and pretty much anybody here right now is just media or vendors or people that have snuck in here, who knows how. Let me get over on this side because my hat is hiding my face here with the sun. Anyways, so today I'm going around doing my rounds in one of the trailers. Boy, and actually what's in front of me right here is some pretty exciting stuff. But first, we're going to cover a familiar face. Many of you have asked for more of a proper walk around on this Denali XTR-10 behind me, and that's what we're going to be doing here today. It's giving a little bit more intimate view and kind of a narrative behind this trailer. Oops. I don't want to get too far right here because there's something right here that will be in a subsequent video that I'm going to launch after this one. So if you watch this video, you want to see something super exciting.
What's in the box?
Be sure to subscribe to the channel and pay attention to subsequent videos coming out, because what's in front of me is going to be a pretty cool video. I promise you that. This is a brand new trailer that these guys are debuting here at Overland West.
Yeah, baby.
And I will put a link to that in the description down below as well. But anyway, getting back on topic, the XTR-10 here, we released a video from, actually I shot a lot of footage of this in Joshua Tree last month. All right, anyway, enough of me jibber jabbering here. I'm gonna turn this camera around here and I'm gonna walk through and give a proper walkthrough what this trailer has underneath the hood. So let's get on it. All right, first let's cover some of the basics with this here. You're talking about a trailer that weighs roughly about 2,375, or we could round it up to 2,400 pounds. The tongue weight on this is going to be about 240 pounds, so about 10%. It's on a galvanized steel frame on here. You have 32-inch Wild Peak AT tires, and then of course you have the Vision wheels here. This thing is really well put together, and if you look at down below, you have a ton of clearance underneath this thing as well, about 21 inches as well. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to start on the driver's side, and then we'll just kind of work our way around the front and then also to the passenger side. Then we're going to jump inside, and then, of course, we'll dive into the back of this. Starting off in the back here, you have a ton of storage inside this trailer. So this is one of the things that you're going to hear me echoing throughout this video. I'm going to be pointing out a lot of storage, and that's when you think about your largest commodity when you're heading out, it is storage. It is how much gear can you bring with you, and that's going to determine how long you can stay out and just all the creature comforts that you can bring with you. You have 11-pound propane tank on the driver's side. The wheel wells, these are load bearing, and then of course you have this Molly panel right here, which gives you a lot of options for pretty much anything that you want to be able to connect or fasten to the side of this thing here. And if we go up here, now, this is a 270-degree 23-0 awning, so you have a tremendous amount of shade. And of course, they have this with a 23-0 rooftop tent on the top of that as well. Solar panel, there's an AC on the top of that, but we'll talk more about that here in a bit. A few years ago, I covered a trailer called the Motive, and this was a $110,000 trailer, and they had these windows just like these in here, or on that trailer. And here you're talking about a trailer that is half the cost of that, and it's appointed with a lot of these luxury items on there. These windows, and of course when we get inside you'll see how the shades up, screen down, or maybe I got that backwards, but either way there's a screen that comes up, I believe, a shade that goes down. Pretty cool stuff, and this comes out as well. Moving forward, we have this door system here, which is pretty awesome, if I can work that there properly. You have this heavy duty, it's not just a screen here, but you have on the back side of this here, you have the screen on the front, and then on the back side of it, it's like this metal hard, so this is going to keep most critters out, and so that is fantastic. So when you're out, you can turn the fan on, and that's gonna keep you safe, the critters outside, and keep the bugs outside. So you have a inner screen door, and then of course you have the larger door, which of course has the window on it. All right, and so on the top, this one is currently set up with 330 watts of solar. You can actually fit over 500 watts on the top of this here. Damn! That's a 8,000 watt, 8,000 BTU air conditioner, which again, we'll cover a little bit more when we get inside. And then of course, when you come to the front of this is what really, again, we're talking about more storage. So you have, and this is actually pretty cool stuff right here. When you crack this thing open right here, you have this massive 460 amp hour battery. You have all Redarc, and this is the Manager 3.
What did you say?
You'll see there's a couple Redvision platforms inside. You have a 2,000 watt Redarc inverter right there. And of course, one of the things I really admire about this trailer is this presentation, this curb peel of the wiring inside of this here. One of my pet peeves is when you see your trailers and a lot of the wiring is hidden and so forth. And if you happen to take a look at it, it looks like a rat's nest. And these guys keep this front and center. It looks absolutely beautiful. And of course, up on the top there, you have a little light that is going to illuminate all of this. And then on top of that, you have a lot of extra space inside of here for additional storage. Up on the top here, this is, let me climb up here. Okay. You have this heavy duty, area of storage. Again, more storage. And when I look at something like this, now obviously you can put pretty much anything your heart desires up here, but I'm thinking firewood, stuff that you don't care that gets dirt, debris, wet, or anything like that on top of it. And one of the things that, if you look on the side of these on the side of the trailer here, you have all these kind of points that you can easily bungee cord and attach things and keep everything safe and so forth. And actually, while we're up here, you have the Branding XTR-10 up on the top. You can get a little bit more of a view of what the top of this trailer looks like. And then on the front here, you have your solar in, you have your shore power in. All right, and then as we come up front here, we have this beefy frame here, which again, looks absolutely fantastic, load bearing, and geez, you can probably fit a spare tire or a e-bike or something on there as well. All right. You have this CruiseMaster hitch, which of course we spoke about a few videos back about the importance of a good articulating hitch. That's going to give you a lot more freedom, flexibility, and also reduce some of those white knuckle moments when you're out driving and so forth. Now this trailer is equipped with a brake on it as well, so that's going to keep things locked up. We come around, and of course to the other side of the nose here, see, it is our electronics, so there's actually two doors, one on each side. All right, as we come around to the driver's side here, of course we have, again, another door assembly. We have another window. So the cool part, and you'll see when we get inside here, this is going to give you a lot of light, and just, it connects you with nature. There's nothing worse than you're inside of a trailer of some sort, either has small windows or this or that, and there's a disconnect from nature. With this one, the engineers, the people that came up with this, you saw the size of that screen door that is behind this, and then you have these massive windows on both sides. This was all intentional to keep you, if you're going out with something like this, a trailer like this is meant to bring you to some really off-grid, really special spots out in nature, and they want you to be connected with nature. Hence the reason for these big windows, these big doors. They did a great job. And again, one thing I didn't point out on the other side, you have these side lights on the side, which is going to illuminate the sides really fantastic. And then one thing I didn't point out on the other side, you have these door catches, which this is fantastic. So obviously if you're out, you have this open, and that's going to keep the wind from keeping that rattling all over the place. We move back, and just like on the passenger side, you have another MOLLE panel, which again, it gives you a lot of options for things that you can attach. We have our privacy tent up on the top, and of course you have the Denali branding going along that roof rack as well. Now, here is another storage shell. Now this one, unlike the other side, this actually has something in it. This is your hot water heater. This is, I've said this many times, guys, I am one who hates cliche terms, but I gotta use it here. This is a game changer. If you've never or even considered going out with hot water, it is, I remember the first time I did, I was like, I really wouldn't need it. But if you have family, or if you're out off grid, out in the dirt for a day, coming back to a warm or hot shower, whatever floats your boat, is absolutely a blast. And right below that, we have another 11-pound propane tank. And before I go swinging off to the back of this, actually, one thing I want to point out, I pointed out this is your privacy tent right here, but look at this. You have a little pin over here. You pull this thing out right here, and that comes out. There's a hydraulic there that locks that into place, and of course now you have the ability to deploy this away from the tent, and pretty cool stuff. All right, so one of my favorite parts in any overlanding rig or square drop or teardrop, whatever you want to call this here, is of course the galley, and that's what's behind this big magical door right here. This opens up, you have another door catch back over here. I was hidden for a moment. All right, if we get down low here, we have a 2-inch receiver, and also we have a couple stabilizers here in the back. But we get down further, okay, this is where things get pretty exciting. So we have a CruiseMaster suspension on here, which of course is gonna take on pretty much just anything you can throw at it. And underneath this aluminum panel right here is a 38-gallon water tank. That's a ton of water there, folks. This is one of the items that I spoke about in the last video that I think these guys really, really nailed it well. And over on the right-hand side, first off, you have a countertop over here. You have paper towel dispenser. You have a basket you can put whatever you want inside of there. You have all sorts of hooks and shelves and all sorts of stuff on here. One of the first things that really catches your eye is going to be this large countertop right here. Underneath this is a Dometic sink. And that's quite deep as well, which is going to be excellent for doing your dishes or washing vegetables or pretty much whatever you need to use a sink for. Right behind that, again, we have more storage. And actually, if we come right over here, here is one of the 2 Redvisions that I was talking about. Of course, you guys know me. I absolutely love. If I can talk today, it's been a long time. I've been up since 2 a.m. this morning. That's going to be my lame excuse.
Yeah, sure.
Back on Redvision or Redarc, I've been a Redarc fan for years, and when you think about battery management systems out there, there are a few brands that really, really get it, and Redarc, in my opinion, is one of the absolute best. But anyways, there's one control module right here, and when we go inside, you'll see the other one. You have 110 outlets here, you have some USB-C plugs right here, again, more hooks, and up on the top here, you have lots of storage. Now this trailer is equipped with some spice racks on the side, which you gotta have those, come on. All right, actually that smells really good. I'm smelling a lot of spice right now. Okay, moving down, and actually you come over here with the camera, this is a smooth action. I'm gonna call it smooth action. It just feels really, these slides feel fantastic, but this is set up with your utensils up on the top. You have another one right here on the bottom, which is great. They have bowls and plates and stuff in here. And then moving over, here's another familiar face, another product I absolutely love. For years, I've been talking about partner stoves. These are when you're out and it's windy and so forth. It sounds like a jet, but these are absolutely fantastic. And yeah, this is quite the stove to have in here. All right, one final thing that I'm gonna point out. Actually, there's 2 final things I'm gonna point back here. One more storage right up on the top here. This is actually pretty deep, folks. Look at how deep that goes. Lots of room to store whatever you need to. Kitchens always, you have a lot of larger pots and other stuff, or you can put all your foods, whatever you want up there. That's a big, deep storage. This right here, this is a 75-liter Dometic fridge. This is really slick. So you have a freezer up here. You have, this is like a mini fridge that you would have in your home. I love that. These guys, when you look at a lot of the coolers or fridges that a lot of the trailer manufacturers put in these things, they're often the same ones. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with an Iceco or a Snowmaster or Dometic fridge or you know what I'm talking about, friends, or the other types of fridges. But this is a little different. So I like different. So that is the galley. Let's jump inside. All right, now we are inside, and this is where, again, you're talking about I've spoken about this many times. Traditional teardrops, I'm a tough critic for. Mainly, a lot of it, the shape, it doesn't really vibe with me. There are some nice ones out there. This being a square drop, you have a lot more usable space. And inside this thing is pretty big. Now, I'm 6 foot tall, and as you can see here, I have probably a solid 8 inches above my head. And one of the things I do like about this here, of course, I work a lot when I'm out and about and so forth. I like that you have this nice wall here that you can lean up against. I know that sounds really ridiculous to say, but I'm going to go with it because I would be in here working on my laptop, probably an iPad in front of me watching a little TV. And speaking of which, in that nose box in the front, you might have noticed the bottom of it has where all the electronics were, and right above that there was nothing that you could see there. Well, this is the rest of that storage right there. So there's a large pocket of storage there. Light up here. Here's the other Redvision, or Redarc Redvision that I was telling you about, the brain that you can control everything from. And the cool part with Redarc is it's not just with this, but you also have an app that's really intuitive, and which is pretty cool. You can turn on and off lights and pretty much anything that you want from your phone. All right, moving back here. Now, on both sides, outside of this, I made a point of bringing up the windows here. I really dig these windows. First off, let me show you this here. This is what I was talking about. You have a shade that comes down, so you want privacy, or you want to be able to sleep in, you like it dark, you have that. And then on the bottom side of it, if you want to crack these open, you have screen right here as well. Again, on both sides. Now these windows, I absolutely love. So you have these 3 little latches on the side. You just pop those out and crack it open and pull the screen up, and boom, you are off to the races. But one thing I do want to point out here, if we look up here, this is that AC unit. That's an 8,000 BTU. This is a Vela AC. You have 4 different vents coming out here, and all of these can be adjusted, controlled to your liking as well. And of course, there's a digital display on this. These guys, again, oh, actually, one thing I want to point out, guys, is if we come back here, here is yet more storage. And again, I want you to take a look at how deep this is. So if you're heading out with a lot of gear, or multiple people, having storage like this is what I was talking about. So you can bring a lot of your creature comforts and have a lot of space to get things out of the way. So these guys did a great job. And also right back here, you're going to see there's a little control panel right here. This is your Truma heater inside of this, and that's one of these propane tanks actually powers this, and it might be left or right. I'll put it on the screen. I think it's this one over here. So a vent right here, which is, again, like the AC unit, you can spin it around and control it where you want. And that is it. Again, I'm 6 foot. There's a lot of space in here. So if you're a family with a wife and a kid, or you could probably fit 3 people in here, 2 adults and a kid comfortably. 1 person, you're gonna be living like a king. But friends, this is the Denali XTR-10. What are your thoughts on it? Leave me a comment down below. With that said, now, as I mentioned in the beginning of this, what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be covering that trailer that's right behind the guy that's holding the camera right now. If you want to see something pretty exciting, I'm not going to release that video right away, so be certain to subscribe to the channel, because probably within a week or probably 2 weeks after this video goes live, I'm going to release that video, and it's pretty exciting stuff. So with that said, friends, hey, it's been a lot of fun seeing you here, and I will see you in the next video.